Okay, we just finished our read aloud of Because of Winn-Dixie. We read chapters 8, 9, 10, and 11. So now we're going to get our dice and do our book chat.
3.
3. What does 3 say?
What is the major problem in this book so far? Or what do you think it is going to be? How will it be likely be solved? I'm wondering if she'll be able to play off the whole entire, how she's having to work I forgot what the name is, but, so she can pay off the collar and the leash. Wonder if she can pay it off all in the summer until school starts.
Yeah, because she's working at Gertrude's Pets. And why did she do that?
So she can pay off the leash and collar.
The collar, yeah, to help work off that leash and collar. So, but our number 3 asked us, what is the major problem? So what was the problem in that instance, in that chapter? Because we read several chapters.
That she needed to work to pay off the.
Well, she wanted to do what?
To get the leash and collar for Winn-Dixie.
Exactly, and why could she not get the leash and the collar for Winn-Dixie?
Because she didn't have enough allowance money.
She didn't have enough allowance money, and so how did she solve her problem?
She's working at
Gertrude's
pet store.
Exactly, she's working to pay it off. And the last chapter we just read, chapter 11, that we did have a big problem in there, right? Do you remember what we had?
Oh yeah, Winn-Dixie has a
pathological fear
of thunder.
Of thunder, yeah. Are they going to be able to solve that problem?
Mm-hmm.
You think so?
Yeah, I think they can help him calm down in a way, maybe.
Well, were they able to help him calm down in that chapter?
No.
What did he do the whole time it was storming?
Ran around.
Yeah, ran like a crazy dog around, didn't he? Absolutely. Okay, I will roll the dice for us. And I roll 6. What other books have you read that have a similar conflict to this book or movie? And how are they similar? Can you tell me what a conflict is?
Something that is alike, right?
That is what?
Alike.
Not necessarily alike. Conflict might be similar to a problem.
Oh,
so
what? Same problem.
Yeah, if it's a conflict, it's a problem. So what other books have you read that have a similar problem to this book?
I would say Annie, but she doesn't. She has to hide the dog.
Yeah,
she doesn't hide Winn-Dixie.
That's true. Yeah, we definitely have seen lots of similarities between Opal and Annie, and Winn-Dixie and Sandy. Is that the dog? And yeah. But can you think of? I'm trying to think if we have a character. What is Opal? Even through every chapter. What has been Opal's overall problem?
She hasn't. Wait, no, she has made friends.
Well, she has, but what? But before that, as she's been making friends, she's what?
She's
When she doesn't have friends, how does she feel?
Sad.
Sad, and when you're by yourself, you feel
mad. I don't know.
If it's just you, you're lonely. So would you say Opal's overall problem through all the chapters is that she's lonely? And what has happened since she's moved to Naomi that wasn't the case before she moved to Naomi?
She didn't have a friend like Winn-Dixie now.
Well, that's true. She has Winn-Dixie now. But I was thinking about her mama. Do you remember what she said about her mom?
Yeah, her mom left when she was 3, I think.
Yeah, I don't remember how old she was. Probably that's probably close to right. But do you remember what she said in this particular chapter? Since she's moved to Naomi, she's found that remember when she's visiting with Miss Dump. Yeah, when she's visiting with Miss Dump, what does she tell her?
Miss Dump tells what Miss Dump tells her.
No, what does she tell Miss Dump? Who does she want to talk about?
Her mama.
Her mama,
and she says 10 things about her that she knows about.
Yeah, and why does she know those things?
Because her dad, the preacher, her dad told her 10 things about her.
Very good. Yeah, he did. Yeah, and she says for some reason, since she's moved to Naomi, she misses her mom more than she did in Whatley, didn't she?
Probably because her mom might be somewhere in Whatley. They could maybe find her if they were still in Whatley.
Yeah, you're right.
Since they're in Florida now, she's probably not in Florida.
She might have thought that. She might have felt like she was going to see her, and so she didn't miss her as much. That's good. I like the way you're thinking. You want to roll again?
4. Define the
Identify.
Identify the climax of your story. How did you know when you had researched the point?
Reached this point.
Reached the point. If you have not reached it, tell how you know you are not there yet.
So remember what we do. Do you know what a climax is?
Yes, the main the exciting part of
The exciting part of the story. And Miss Lyons might have shown you that graphic organizer where
It
you're
was a
working up.
triangle.
Was it a triangle? And when you got to the top up here was your climax.
and then it went down as the revolution.
The resolution, which means what?
Solve the problem.
Solve the problem. So do you think we've reached our climax of our story?
No, not yet.
I don't think we have either. If
Probably.
you've not reached it, tell how you know you are not there yet.
I think because we haven't reached a major, like, one of the really major problems. Like, I would think one of the major problems would be that, like, her mom was somewhere in Florida and she called or something, and then we'd see how they solved the problem.
I like the way you're thinking, because each chapter that we've read, what's happened at the end of the chapters?
She tells something about, says something about her mom.
Well, most of the time, like when yes, she does talk a lot about her mom, but when you're reading a chapter, she starts out and does she have any friends in Naomi? In each chapter, what has she kind of done?
Well, she gets a friend.
She kind of gets a friend, doesn't she? And she's it's almost like she solves her problem each chapter. So nothing big has really happened yet. So what do you think? What do you think's going to happen?
Her mama might call and say that she's somewhere in Florida, in one of the towns of Florida. Or is there more? Is Florida?
Florida's a state, yeah,
Okay,
just like Texas. So when they're in one of the towns, so you're right. She could be in another town in Florida, or maybe what if she comes to Naomi for some reason? Ooh. Do you think she would recognize her if she sees her?
No.
No, you don't think she would? I don't know.
We'll see. I mean, seeing her now when she was little has probably changed a lot more.
Yeah, she could have changed a lot. You're right. But she's her mama, so do you think she's just gonna know that?
Maybe.
I don't know. I'm just asking. I don't know. Okay, I shall roll the dice for us. Oh, I rolled it off. Did we already do 3?
Yes.
We did answer 3? Let's roll it again.
6.
Did we do 6? What other books have you read that have a similar conflict to this movie? We did that one. Oh goodness, this rolling business. 4.
We already did that one.
We did that one. Okay, you roll it. Up. Oh, there we go. We're going to take it. We haven't done one.
Explain the setting of... Wait. Is it my turn to read or your turn?
Oh, do you want me to read it? I think it was my turn, wasn't it? Explain the setting of your book. Is it really important to the storyline? What would change if you moved the story to another planet or a different country or a fantasy land? Would the story still work well? So what is our setting? We know our setting because she says it over and over. Starts with an N. It's a name. Naomi, Florida. So we know. So they're in a state. So are we in a fantasy land?
No, I don't think it'd be. If it was, it wouldn't work well because this is a supermarket named Winn-Dixie, the chapter that has the jungle and stuff, I could see how that. It's probably not an actual jungle, but
exactly. That's what I was gonna say. Was Miss Dump's yard really a jungle?
No, it just had a lot of plants that covered it.
Exactly. It was probably not well kept, but she liked to grow things, so she probably had a lot of greenery and a lot of trees and flowers and such like that. So it wasn't really a jungle. If we tried to put this story on another planet, would we get the same? I don't think so either.
I don't think they would have the same language as we do.
Right. Well, yeah. I mean, it could talk in alien talk. What if we put it in another country? Could we put it in another country? Yeah, we probably could. Yeah. But is our story fiction or nonfiction?
Fiction.
Fiction, but it's realistic fiction, right? Meaning what?
That it's all made up.
It's made up, but it's it could
It could happen.
really happen. Very good. Let's see, which question have we not answered?
Number 2.
Number 2. Read number 2 to us.
If your book were going to be made in a movie, which part would you want to play? Why? Which would most be the most enjoyable scene of the movie? I would pick Opal.
You'd want to be Opal.
Who would you want to be?
I kind of I might want to be Miss Franny and be in the library all the time and sit and read.
I would either be Opal, or I know Winn-Dixie's a dog, but I'd still like to be
You'd like
her.
to be the dog. I like that. Well, you know what? Our book has been made into a movie, so maybe you can
Really?
rent it, or do y'all have DirecTV or something where you can go in there and look and see if
Yeah,
it's on
Dish.
Dish? Yeah. You ought to ask if you can go find the movie because of Winn-Dixie, because there has been a movie made of it, and see if it matches our book. Wouldn't that be interesting?
Find it online and
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, that's true. You could. Very good. Is there any other question? Did we do let's do number 5. Which of the 5 key levels of conflict? Ooh, we have 5 key levels. Man versus man, man versus himself, man versus society, man versus nature, man versus supernatural are present in your book so far. And which conflicts seem to be the main one at this point in the story? Who's our main character?
Winn-Dixie. Wait, or Opal.
Opal's our main character.
Sorry.
Yeah. So, what do you think that Opal has a problem with herself, a problem with other people, a problem with society, a problem with nature, or a problem with the supernatural? What would you say? That one's a little bit higher thinking than maybe I don't know if y'all talked about that in reading this year in 4th grade.
I don't know what they really mean by
Well, I guess we're talking about our problem, and I'm thinking that Opal has a problem with society because she's moved to a new place and she's trying to make friends. But I also am thinking that she has a little bit of a problem with herself because who does she really want to know about?
her mom.
Her mom.
But
Yeah.
nobody, the dad, the preacher, won't really tell a lot about her. She doesn't like
Exactly.
talking about
Yeah,
her.
and why does the preacher not tell a lot about her? What does she say?
He's a turtle. He always keeps his head in a shell.
Yeah, is he really a turtle?
No.
No, that's what? What do we
It's
call
a
it?
metaphor.
A metaphor for what?
Darn it.
He goes in his shell so he doesn't have to do what?
Talk about the mom.
Talk about things. You're right. Share, especially the mom. And you said another thing that I like earlier, and I said, oh, wait till we start talking. What did you say?
I wonder why she doesn't call the preacher father when she talks about him. Like in the last chapter, she said daddy to her because Winn-Dixie was running straight to her.
Oh, yeah.
But that's the only really time she's
She
called
calls him the
that.
preacher when she talks about him. I wonder if we'll find that out. I don't know. We'll have to try to finish the book next week and see, won't we?